Hello students, once again welcome to Narayan PU College online classes. In the previous episode we discussed a limiting reagent. Before the limiting reagent we discussed stoichiometry and its calculation parts. Now in this today's episode we will discuss some of the examples related to limiting reagent. Clear? Let us see one example we have. If 5 moles of N2 and 5 moles of H2, 5 moles of N2 and 5 moles of H2 combine to form EnH3. How many moles of EnH3 is formed? Okay, how many moles of NH3 is formed? What is a limiting reagent? What is limiting reagent in this question? So you see the statement once. 5 moles of N2 and 5 moles of H2 are combined to form ammonia. How many moles of NH3 is formed after the reaction? What is the limiting reagent from this question? Clear? What are combined here? Here the N2 and H2 combine to form EnH3. N2 and H2 to form NH3. Here you have to write the balanced equation. Okay, balanced equation, you can see here 2 nitrogen atoms are there in the reactant side and product side we have only one and nitrogen is there. I want to write here 2 only. Okay, reactant side we have 2 hydrogens and product side we have 2 into 3 6 hydrogens. Here I will write 3 moles of H2 only. Now we can see it is a balanced equation only. Okay, from this balanced equation we want to find out how many moles of NH3 formed in this reaction and what is the limiting reagent we have to identify. So here we have to consider, already discussed, we have to consider both of the reactants. Okay, from this both of the reactants we have to find out the amount of NH3 formed. Then we can identify whether which one is a limiting reagent and which one is excess reagent. How much amount of NH3 formed we can identify. Okay, I want to take the first one with respect to En2. With respect to N2. According to the balanced equation, how many moles of N2 we have? 1 mole, and here how many moles we have? 2 moles only. From this I am writing here 1 mole of N2 gives 2 moles of NH3. 1 mole of N2 gives 2 moles of NH3. Okay. Now here in the problem how many moles is given for us? They given 5 moles only. If you want to take 5 moles of N2, if you want to take 5 moles of N2, how many moles of NH3 is formed? Just you can do the cross multiplication. 5 into 2 will get how much? 10 moles only. I will writing here 10 moles of EnH3. Or you can see 1 mole give 2 mole, 5 mole gives 5 into 2, 10 moles of NH3 is formed. From which one? From N2 only. Now with respect to H2. With respect to H2, we have to identify how many moles of ammonia formed in this reaction. From this balanced equation, how many moles of H2 we are taking? 3 moles we are taking. How many moles of N2 or NH3 is formed in there? 2 moles only. From this I want to write 3 moles of H2. 3 moles of H2 gives rise to 2 moles of NH3. 2 moles of NH3. In the problem, this H2 also given how many moles, ma? 5 moles only. Here N2 5 moles and H2 also 5 moles. So here 5 moles of H2 gives how many moles? You can do the cross multiplication. I am writing with x moles. Suppose I am writing directly x moles of NH3. If you want to the cross multiplication here, 2 into 5 is equal to 3x. 3x is equal to 10. X is equal to 10 by 3. So you will get 3.33 moles of NH3. 33 moles of NH3. Here you will get 3.33 moles of NH3 and here you will get 10 moles of NH3, which is the least amount. The least amount is 3.33 moles of NH3. So 3.33 moles of NH3 is the product only. Okay. After that we have to identify the limiting reagent. 3.33 moles is coming from which one? H2 only. So from this H2 is limiting reagent. H2 is a limiting reagent. Amount of NH3 or how many moles of NH3 is formed. Moles of NH3 is formed is equal to, you will get 3.33 moles. And one more also you can write what is excess reagent. N2 is excess reagent only. N2 is excess reagent. So this is regarding about information what we got. H2 limiting reagent, number of moles of NH3 form 3.33 and N2 is the excess reagent. See the next question we have. When 8 grams of H2 reaction with 71 grams of Cl2 forms how many moles of HCl, which is the limiting reagent in this question? First of all, you have to write the chemical equation between H2 and Cl2. H2 plus Cl2 gives HCl. You check it whether it is a balanced reaction or not. It is a balanced. Here 2 hydrogens, only 1 hydrogen. Here 2 chlorines, only 1 chlorine. You write here 2. The equation is balanced only. You see the information given in the form of grams only. If the grams are given, you can convert them into number of moles by using this formula. En is equal to weight by gram molecular weight. Now I am writing here N of H2, number of moles of H2 I am writing. What is the weight of H2 is given? 8 and H2 means here 2 grams only. So how many moles you will get? You will get 4 moles. In a similar manner, number of moles of Cl2 they given 71. Okay, Cl2 weight how much? 71. Here how many moles you will get? 1 more. Because chlorine is 35.5 into 2, 71 only. Okay, I convert this number of grams into number of moles only. Again you see this equation. I am writing equation again here. H2 plus Cl2 gives rise to 2HCl. I am writing with respect to H2 from this is balanced equation. Okay, 1 mole of H2 gives 2 moles of HCl. 1 mole of H2 gives 2 moles of HCl. But in the problem how many moles you got? 4 moles only. 4 moles of H2. 4 moles of H2 gives 4 into you will get 8 moles of HCl. 8 moles of HCl. Now we are taking Cl2. From the balanced equation, number of moles of Cl2 also 1. 1 mole of Cl2. 1 mole of Cl2 gives 2 moles of what? HCl. Here also you got how many moles? 1 mole only. So 1 mole again gives what? 1 mole again gives what? 2 moles only. Clear? If you want to take 1 mole of Cl2, 1 mole of Cl2 again gives what? 2 moles of HCl. This is I am writing from the balanced equation. This is from the number of moles what you got in the reaction. Okay. Now here 8 moles is there, 2 moles is there, which is a limiting reagent. limiting reagent is Cl2. How many moles of HCl is formed? 2 moles of HCl is formed. So from this you are writing Cl2, simply I am writing limiting reagent, H2 excess reagent, and moles of HCl formed, is equal to 2 moles. So this is a question number 2 explanation. See, this is one more example, that is example 3. This is the question from NCERT textbook from 1.23. In a reaction, A plus B2 gives rise to AB2. AB2 is the final product. Identify the limiting reagent in the following reaction mixture. The first one, we have 300 atoms of A and plus 200 molecules of B, 2 moles of A and 3 moles of B, 5 moles of A, 2.5 moles of B, 2.5 moles of A and 5 moles of B, 100 atoms of A, 100 molecules of B. So if you want to solve this question, first you will write the equation what is given here. A plus B2 gives rise to A, B2 is the equation. You identify balanced or unbalanced. Here one A molecule is there and A balanced. 2B is there and B2 is there. It is a balanced chemical equation only, right? So balanced chemical equation, you can see the number of moles here. Here 1 mole we have, and here 1 mole we have, here 1 mole formed only. But you see the first question in this 300 atoms of A and 200 molecules of B. Okay, A we have how many? A is 300 atoms, B is 200 molecules. Okay, so here you can identify which is the highest number. The highest number is 300 atoms only, and the least number is what? 200 molecules. If we take 200 molecules, here 200 molecules of ABT is formed. If we take 300 atoms, here what you will get? 300 atoms of ABT is formed. You leave it whether it is an atom or molecule, because B is in the form of which one? Molecule only they will give. So here A 200, 300, B 200, which is least? The least number of moles is what? B. So B is said to be what? Limiting reagent. A is said to be what? Excess reagent. Why? Here they given different values only. If the number of molecules also they are asking, then you can identify from the balanced equation. Here you can see the simple, which is the least value, that is the limiting reagent, which is the highest value, that is excess reagent only. See question number 2 we have. 2 moles of A and 3 moles of B. A is 2 moles. A is 2 moles. B is 3 moles. Just now I told you least value, limiting reagent. So 2 moles of A is limiting reagent. 3 moles of B is what? Excess reagent only. See the third question we have. 5 moles of A and 2.5 moles of B. A given how many moles? A given 5 moles, B given 2.5 moles. So least value B is limiting reagent, A is excess reagent. Come to the fourth one we have 2.5 moles of A and 5 moles of B. A is equal to 2.5 moles and B is equal to 5 moles. Least value A, limiting reagent, highest value B, excess reagent. Fifth one you can see 100 atoms of A and 100 molecules of B, both are equal. So in this case A and B acts as what? Both are acts as what? Limiting reagent. 100 atoms, A how many given? A 100 atoms, B 100 molecules. B 100 molecules, both can act as what? Limiting reagent, means to reactant to A and B is completely consumed in the reaction. Simple. Least means limiting reagent, highest means excess reagent. Next is a simple method. We can use the limiting reagent calculations, particularly in objective questions. The first method, you can write the number of moles of reactants in the products. If it is not given in a moles, convert them into moles. And the next one we have write the stoichiometric quotients in the reactants and the products. Third one we have divide the number of moles with the stoichiometric quotients. Next you can do after this calculation, after this we have to identify value in this step, which is the minimum value, that is limiting reagent, which is the highest value, that is excess reagent only. This is simple method only. After that you can go for the mole relationship, you will get the answer only. So this is the, just no need to by heart these rules. First you write the number of moles, then you write the stoichiometric quotients, then you can divide the number of moles with the stoichiometric quotients. The minimum value is limiting reagent, excess value means that is excess reagent only. From that you can identify how many moles of the product is formed in the reaction by going with the mole and mole relationship only. Okay, this is one of the method we have to use particularly in this objective questions, because if you write this reactant side of product side like that, it will take a more time only. So this is the shortcut method. You have to identify limiting reagent for the given question. Okay, let us see one question we have. I'll write one question here. 5 moles of H2. 5 moles of H2 on reaction with 5 moles of H2 on reaction with 5 moles of O2. 5 moles of O2. How many moles of H2O formed? Calculate a number of moles. Calculate number of moles of H2 and O2 after the reaction. After the reaction. So this is the question they are asking. 5 moles of H2 on reaction with 5 moles of O2. How many moles of H2O is formed? Calculate the number of moles of H2 and O2 after the reaction. Okay, I will write the first balanced equation. H2 plus O2 gives rise to H2O. Just you can multiply this one with 2 and you will get 2 moles of H2O only. Okay, first step what I told here, you have to write number of moles of H2. Number of moles I am writing. How many moles is given? 5. How many moles is O2 given? 5. We don't know how many moles of H2O formed in the reaction. Next, stoichiometric coefficients. What is the stoichiometric coefficient of H2 here? We have 2. This is 1 and this is 1 only. First I wrote number of moles, then stoichiometric coefficient. Divide this with number of moles with what? Stoichiometric coefficients. I will get here 5 by 2, that is equal to 2.5, and here I will get 5 by 1 is equal to 5 only. Here you got 2.5 and here you got 5 only. Minimum value 2.5. Maximum value 5. So 2.5 is what? 2.5 is, we can say, limiting reagent. It is coming from which one? 2.5 is coming from what? H2. So you will write H2 is the limiting reagent. Now 5 moles you got. 5 moles you will coming from which one? O2. So O2 is what? Excess reagent. I think understood all of you. First I wrote the balanced equation, then the given how many moles is given, I took that one. Then I wrote stoichiometric quotients. Then I took the ratio of number of moles to what? Stoichiometric quotient. Minimum value is limiting reagent, that is H2 is the limiting reagent, and maximum value, that is excess reagent. Okay, then we can find out how many moles of H2O formed in the reaction. You have to find out. So how can you find out this number of how many moles of H2O formed in this reaction? Let us see. Just I am taking here number of moles of H2 by number of moles of H2 by its stoichiometric quotient is 2, that is equal to number of moles of O2 by its stoichiometric quotient is 1, that is equal to number of moles of H2 by its stoichiometric quotient is 2 only. Clear? Now we have to find out how many moles of H2O formed in the reaction. For number of moles formed in the reaction, we have to take the relationship with what? Limiting reagent only. Which is the limiting reagent? H2 is the limiting reagent. We consider these two. Okay. From this I am writing here, number of moles of H2O by 2 is equal to number of moles of H2O by 2. Number of moles of H2 we have how much? 5. So 5 by 2 is equal to number of moles of H2O by 2. 2 cancel here. So number of moles of H2O formed how much? 5 moles of H2O formed in the reaction. 5 moles of H2O formed in the reaction. So this is the calculation of number of moles. Then you can find out how many moles of O2 is consumed in the reaction also you have to find out. How many moles of O2 is consumed in the reaction, or how many moles of O2 left in the reaction also you can find out. Okay. Now here we can suppose you want to find out number of moles of O2 how much consumed means you can take these two. I will write here number of moles of H2 by 2 is equal to number of moles of O2 by 1. Okay, number of moles of H2 how much we have? 5. So 5 by 2 is equal to, then what you will get here? Number of moles of O2. 5 by 2 means how much, man? That means from this you will write 2.5 moles only. So this is what? 2.5 moles of O2 consumed in the reaction. 2.5 moles of O2 consumed in the reaction. How many moles of O2 left? We are taking 5 moles. In that 2.5 moles is consumed. Remaining how much we have? That is 2.5 moles only. After the reaction, I'll write one point here. After the reaction, number of moles of O2 is equal to 5 minus 2.5, that is equal to 2.5. How much? 2.5. If you want to take number of moles of H2 after the reaction, number of moles of H2 is 0 because it is completely consumed in the reaction only. So this is one of the way you can identify limiting reagent, number of moles consumed, number of moles left after reaction means it is what? Number of moles of O2 left after reaction how much? 2.5. How much consumed? 2.5 moles is consumed only. See the next question, we have NCERT question already solved here. 50 kg of N2 and 10 kg of O2 are mixed together to produce NH3. Calculate amount of NH3 formed and identify limiting reagent in the reaction. What they are combined? N2 and H2 are combined. N2 and H2 combined NH3. So I already wrote the balanced equation. The previous question also we discussed the same from equation only. Number of moles of N2. You know the formula, weight by gram molecular weight. Weight is given 50 kg. I want to convert them into grams. You know 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. I will write 1000 in the form of 10 cube. 50 into 10 cube by 28. I got 1.78 into 10 cube. So N of H2 we have 10 into 10 cube by 2, that means 5 into 10 cube. This is number of moles of N2 and number of moles of H2. Now here we are writing a equation again, N2 plus 3H2 is equal to 2NH3. This is the number of moles, and what is this? This is a stoichiometric coefficients from the reaction. Clear? So number of moles, here 1 and here 3, here 2. You got 1.78 into 10 power 3, that is moles of N2, and H2 you got 5 into 10 cube, that is moles of H2, but we don't know how many moles of NH3 formed in the reaction. Next, you know the step, divide the number of moles with stoichiometric coefficients, 1.78 by 10 cube, the value remaining same. 5 into 10 cube by 3, you will get 1.66 into what? 10 cube. So here you got a 1.78 into 10 cube, and here you got 1.66 into 10 cube, which is limiting reagent. Minimum value is limiting reagent, maximum value is excess reagent. Minimum value we have, that is limiting reagent, for which one it is H2. H2 is the limiting reagent and N2 is what? Excess reagent only. Finished. Then you can find out number of moles of NH3 formed in the reaction. Okay, I wrote the mole relationship here. Number of moles of N2 by 1, number of moles of H2 by 3, number of moles of NH3 by 2. Which is limiting reagent? H2. You will take the relation between number of moles of H2 and number of moles of NH3. So here number of moles of NH3 by 3 is equal to number of moles of NH3 by 2. How many moles of NH3 you got? You got 5 into 10 cube by 3. 5 into 10 cube by 3 is equal to number of moles of NH3 by 2. Do the cross multiplication. 5 into 2 into 10 cube by 3. How many moles you got? 3.33 into 10 cube moles of NH3 formed in the reaction. But they are asking that the weight in the form of moles can be converted into mass only. How can you convert the moles into moles? Multiply this number of moles with what? Molecular mass of NH3. What is the molecular mass of NH3? Nitrogen we have 14 and this is the how much? 17 we have. So 17 you can multiply, you will get 56.61 into 10 cube only. Number of moles of NH3 formed 3.33 into 10 cube into 17, 56.61 into 10 cube. Can I write 10 cube in the form of kg? Yes. So you will get 56.61 kilograms of NH3 formed in the reaction. From this also you can find out how many moles of H2 or N2 can be consumed in the reaction. You can take these two, you will get number of moles of N2 consumed in the reaction. After that you can subtract the value from the number of moles of N2 initial, you will get the number of moles of N2 left after the reaction only. As you can see, these are NCERT questions. 10 volumes of dihydrogen reaction with 5 volumes of dioxygen gas. How many moles of water vapor would be produced? You follow the same shortcut what you explained previously. I will write the equation here. Balance the equation. 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. Same, you can identify how many volumes. Volumes you can take in the form of number of moles, you will get it. Next 1.24. Dinitrogen and dihydrogen reaction with each other to produce ammonia according to the chemical equation. N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. This is dinitrogen, this is dihydrogen to form NH3. The question is here, calculate the mass of NH3 produced if 2 into 10 cube grams of dinitrogen reaction with 1 into 10 cube grams of hydrogen. Simply 2 into 10 cube 2000 grams, 1 into 10 cube 1000 grams. You can take these two, you can identify mass of NH3 formed in the reaction. First you can find out number of moles, then after that number of moles you can multiply the number of moles with molecular weight. Next, will any of the two reactants remains unaffected? Among these two, means N2 and H2, any one will be remains unaffected. Means you can find out which is limiting reagent and which is excess reagent, and if yes, if any one is present, which one and what would be its mass, which is the limiting, which is the reagent left and how much mass it will be left in the reaction, you can find out. So this is up to question number we have what 1.24 only, NCERT question. Let us see one more question we have. How much magnesium sulfide can be obtained from 2 grams of magnesium and 2 grams of the sulfur? This is the equation. Mg plus S gives rise to Mgs. Calculate the amount of magnesium sulfide formed in the reaction. Grams is given. Convert them into number of moles. What is the atomic weight of magnesium we have? That is 24. And what is the atomic weight of sulfur we have? That is 32. We can convert them into number of moles by using this atomic weight. By using that number of moles, you can identify how many moles of magnesium sulfide formed in the reaction. This is you can take it in the form of which one? Homework. And you can solve this question. So these are example related to which one? Limiting reagent calculations. Next, this is very important concept. So, which is very important for the objective questions. It is the concept is not called in your textbook, the pure textbook. Important for objective, NEET, KCET and Siemens exams only. So what is the concept here? The concept of the equivalent weight only. Okay, what are the definition you can see here? The number of parts by weight of the substance can combine or displace. The weight of the substance may be combined or displaced with 1.008 parts of hydrogen, 35.5 parts of the chlorine and 8 parts of the oxygen only. The reference element what they are taking here? Hydrogen, chlorine and oxygen. So generally if you want to define this valency, generally we already discussed this definition. Number of parts of hydrogen or number of parts of chlorine or double the number of parts of oxygen which combine or displace, that we are calling as what here? Equivalent weight only. Equivalent weight. Clear? So number of equivalents you can write here. Number of equivalents means what here? How many number of equivalent parts is there? Means you can write the molecular weight of the substance by molecular weight of the substance by gram equivalent weight. Gram molecular weight of substance by, you will say, gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight only. So this is the formula, number gram molecular weight of the substance by gram equivalent weight of the substance only. So here you can identify the gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight we have to find out for the elements, and we can find out for the acids, and you can find out for the bases, and you can find out for the oxidizing and reducing agents only. So equivalent weight is denoted by generally E we are writing. It has no units only. Okay, equivalent weight represented by equivalent weight represented by capital E. Represented by capital E. It has no units. It has no units. If the equivalent weight suppose expressed in the grams, that is called as gram equivalent weight only. Equivalent weight expressed in grams. Equivalent weight expressed in grams is called gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight. I wrote this one on gram equivalent weight only. So gram equivalent weight you had find out for gram equivalent. We can find out for the elements, and you can find out for the acids. You can find out for the bases, and you can find out for the oxidizing and reducing agents. Oxidizing and reducing agents. So these are the main concepts you have to cover here. Elements, acid, gram equivalent you have to find out, or acids you can find out, bases you can find out, and oxidizing and reducing agent is find out. So this is regarding about which one? Equivalent weight of the concept. Mainly you can see the formula, and you can see this examples how you will find out the element gram equivalent weight, acids, bases, oxidizing and reducing agents. Next you can see that equivalent weight of elements. The formula for equivalent weight of element is equal to atomic weight of the elements by valency. Just I draw one table here. Elements, atomic weight, valency and equivalent weight I want to find out. What is the atomic weight of hydrogen? Atomic weight of hydrogen we have hydrogen valency 1. Why? Hydrogen belongs to first group elements in the periodic table. So its valency 1. You will write here 1 by 1. 1 is the equivalent weight of hydrogen only. If we take oxygen, oxygen atomic weight is 16. Its valency is 2. Because from this periodic table you can identify, I already told you in the bridge course, 1 to 4th group valence is equal to group number. from 5th to 8th, valence is equal to 8 minus group number. Oxygen belongs to 8th group. 8 minus 6, you will get what? 2 on 8. So 16 by 2, that is equal to 8 on 8. Okay. Next, sodium we have. Sodium atomic weight 23. Sodium belongs to first group element, its valency 1. So 23 by 1 is equal to 23 we have. Come to the magnesium. Magnesium we have 24. Its valence is 2. 24 by 2, that is equal to 12 over 9. Because magnesium belongs to second group. Aluminium we have 27. Aluminium belongs to third group. 27 by 3. I'll write here. 27 by 3, that is equal to 9 only. So this is the equivalent weight of the elements. You can take different elements. If you take carbon, carbon atomic weight is 12, valence is, okay, how much we have? Carbon, what is the atomic number? We have 12 only. Valency 4, you will get the equivalent weight is 3. Like that you will do the different types of the examples. This is related to which one? Equivalent weight of which one? Elements only. Simply we have to know atomic weight and valency. You will get what? Equivalent weight. What is the formula we have? Atomic weight of elements by its valency. Okay, next we have. So the next we have equivalent weight of acid. Equivalent weight of acid is equal to molecular weight of acid by its basicity only. So what is meant by basicity? Basicity means number of replaceable H plus ions only. Because acid gives H plus ions, how many H plus ions is replaced? That is called as what? Basicity. Sometimes you can write in the form of which one? N factor also. So generally which type of hydrogen atoms can be replaced means the hydrogen which is attached to more electronegative element like oxygen and sulfur and nitrogen, these hydrogens will be replaced. How many hydrogens will be replaced? That is called as what? Basicity. So simply we have to write here N factor also. N factor means what here? Equivalent weight of acid is equal to molecular weight of acid by N factor also you can write. N factor means if you take acids, what you will take here? Number of replaceable H plus ions only. Let us see one example we have. HCl you have to take. HCl can be dissociated into H plus and what? Cl minus ion only. So HCl give how many H plus ions here? We have one H plus ion only. You will write basicity is equal to 1. Or you can write N factor is equal to 1 only. Now we have to find out equivalent weight of acid. Equivalent weight of acid, that is equal to molecular weight of acid we have HCl, hydrogen 1, chlorine 35.5, total we have 36.5 by what is the basicity we have 1, how much you will get 36.5 only. 36.5 only. In this way we have to find out the equivalent weight of the acid. What are the concept you have to identify? Basicity. What is basicity? Number of replaceable H plus ion. So generally which compound give H plus ion? Acids are the compound give H plus ions in the reaction. Based on the number of H plus ion, you will find out the basicity. Then you can substitute this values in this formula. You will get the equivalent weight of acid. Let us see some of the examples related to these acids. Already HCl I wrote, basicity is 1, equivalent weight 36.1, you will get 36.5 only. And if you take HNO3 basicity 1, because it dissociates into H plus and NO3 minus, it will give 1 H plus ion. So its basicity how much? 1 only. You can identify the molecular weight of this nitric acid. You will get how much here? 14, here 15, 15 plus 48, you will get 63, that is equal to 63 is the equivalent weight of the acids. If you take H2SO4, sulfuric acid suppose you want to take, you will get how much? Here you will get the basicity 2. Why? Here 2 H plus ions what? Replaced. 2 H plus ions are replaced. So if you want to find out the molecular weight of the sulfuric acid, so here 2 and here 32 and here 64, you will get 98 by 2 you will get how much means it is 49 only. 49 is the compound equivalent weight only. If you take acetic acid, CH3COOH, CH3COOH is acetic acid, it dissociates into CH3COO minus and H plus. It give only 1 plus H plus sign. It is basically how much ma? 1 only. So if you find out the gram molecular weight of this acetic acid, you will get 60. So 60 by 1, how much we have? That is 61. Clear? Suppose you want to take this H2S, suppose you are taking hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide dissociate into what here? 2H plus and S minus 2. So basicity here 2, because H plus ions you will get 2 only. This is sulfur 32, this is 2, how much we have? 34. So 34 by 2, that is equal to 17 you will get. If we take water, water can be dissociated into what? 1 H plus ion and what? 1 OH minus you will get. Basicity what here? 1 only. So 18 by 1, how much you will get? 18 only. So I wrote here water. Water is comes under neutral only. We cannot call it acid. So these are some of the examples for the equivalent weight of the acids. You can take HClO for perchloric acid, and also you can identify the gram equivalent weight for the perchloric acid only. Okay. So we can say simply, if the compound having H plus ions are there, the all H plus, all hydrogens are not replaced only. Particularly in the case of oxo acids, in case of these oxo acids, the basicity mainly depends on type of the bonds can be present in the molecule. So we can see some of examples for this one. H3PO2, H3PO2, and we will take one more H3PO3, and one more we have H3PO4 only. These are the 3 oxo acids. So this is hypophosphorus acid. So this is phosphorus acid, and this is phosphoric acid. These are what? Oxo acids of the phosphorus only. So in this case we can identify the equivalent weight by writing the structure of the compound only. If you want to take the central atom here, phosphorus, phosphorus generally form how many bonds? 5 bonds you will form. So you will get here one double bond O, I am writing here OH and H and H only. So here 1, 2, 3 hydrogens are there and 2 oxygens are there. Now come to this H3PO3, I will write here P double bond O, and here OH, and here OH, and here H only. So H3PO3. Next the structure we can write here P double bond O, OH, and OH, and OH only. These are the structure of H3PO2, H3PO3 and H3PO4 only. So from this we can identify the basicity. How can you identify the basicity? Means the hydrogen which are attached to more electronegative element can be replaced. Here 3 hydrogens are there. These 2 hydrogens attached to phosphorus, but 1 hydrogen attached to what? Oxygen, which is more electronegative element. So how many H plus ions you are getting? Means here we are getting 1 H plus ion from this compound. Its basicity how much? Means its basicity is equal to 1 only. Okay. So if you see the compound formula, you may be think that 3 hydrogens are replaced. No, but if you write the structure, you will get how many hydrogens are replaced in the equation only. Now come to this one, phosphorus acid. Here hydrogen attached to phosphorus, but these 2 hydrogens are attached to what? More electronegative element. So its basicity how much? Its basicity is equal to 2 only. Its basicity is equal to what? 2. Next we have H3PO3. Okay, here 1, here 2 and here 3. So we can write here its basicity how much? 3 only. Clear? If you write the structure, then only you will get the clarity of the compound. Now what you can find out? You can find out the equivalent weight of the acid. Equivalent weight is equal to, what is the weight of this H3PO2? This is 3, and this is 31 we have, and this is what ma 32 we have. How much we have? 4 plus 2 6. How much? 66 only. So this is 66 by 1, that is equal to 66 only. Now come to this H3PO3 molecular weight. This is 3 and this is 31 and this is what ma 48 we have. This is 82. Equivalent weight is equal to 82 by 2, that is equal to 41 only. Come to this H3PO4. This is 3 and 31 and we have 64. How much we have? 98. So equivalent weight is equal to 98 by 3. So here 3 3s are 9 we have, and it is how much here? 3 2s are 6. Again you will get 6 means what here? 6 you will get 32.66 is the equivalent weight of acids only. 66 to 41 32.6. See the question we have. H2SO4 plus NaOH gives rise to NaHSO4 plus H2O. H2SO4 plus 2NaOH gives rise to Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. This is the equation 1 and this is the equation 2. What is the equivalent weight of H2SO4 in the above reactions only? So this is the reaction, first reaction. So in the first reaction I am writing here. H2SO4 plus NaOH gives rise to NaHSO4 plus H2O. Here suppose you are taking H2SO4. It is converted into what ma? HSO4 minus, and you will get what? Na plus only. Here generally H2SO4 gives 2H plus ions only, but only 1 H plus ions are consumed in this reaction. So I will write here basicity is equal to 1 only. Basicity is equal to what? 1. Why? Only 1 H plus ions are involved in the reaction. Now equivalent weight is equal to, I will write 98 by 1, that is equal to 98. How 98? You find out the molecular weight of sulfuric acid, you will get 98 only. Clear? You see the second question here we have. Okay. The second question here, what is given here? H2SO4 plus 2NaOH gives rise to Na2SO4 plus what ma? 2H2O. If we take H2SO4, it dissociates into 2H plus and what ma? SO4 minus 2 only. This SO4 minus 2 combined with what ma? Na plus ions, it will form Na2SO4 only. In the total reaction, how many H plus ions are involved? 2 H plus ions are involved. So you will write basicity is equal to 2 only. Equivalent weight of H2SO4 is equal to 98 by 2, that is equal to 49 only. That is equal to 49. Means in the chemical reaction you can observe how many H plus ions are involved in the reaction. From that you can find out the basicity. By using that basicity you can find out the equivalent weight of the acid only. So this is one example for which one the concept related to equivalent weight of acid. Next we have equivalent weight of the base. Equivalent weight of the base is equal to molecular weight of the base by acidity. We discussed acid, molecular weight of acid by basicity. And what is acidity? Acidity means number of replaceable OH minus ion salt. If the compound replace, it is 1 OH minus, that acidity is 1, 2 OH minus, acidity is 2, 3 OH minus, acidity is 3, we can observe like this only. Let us take one example. We have NaOH. NaOH dissociate into Na plus and OH minus. So it give how many OH minus ions? 1 OH minus. You will write acidity is equal to 1. I will write. Okay. Now equivalent weight of base. What is the formula? Molecular weight of the base. What are the molecule you have? NaOH 23. This is 124. 24 plus 16. How much? 14 by 1. You will get how much? 41. Okay, so this one example we can take. Okay, let us you can see one more example. Suppose I am writing here calcium hydroxide. I am writing calcium hydroxide dissociate into Ca2 plus and 2OH minus. I will write here acidity is equal to 2 only. Acidity how much? 2 only. Now we can find out the equivalent weight of base. Equivalent weight of base. What is the molecular weight of calcium hydroxide? Calcium we have 40 and 2 oxygens. 2 oxygen means how much? 32. This is 2. What we have? 74 only. What is the acidity we have? 2. 74 by 2. You will get how much? 37. This is what? Equivalent weight of calcium hydroxide only. So in this way we have to find out the equivalent weight of the bases only. So I'll draw one table here, base, and you can take this one acidity, and you can write here equivalent weight of base, equivalent weight of the base only. NH4OH, MgOH twice, AlOH thrice, and you can write here FeOH thrice, and you can take potassium hydroxide, KOH you can take. So acidity, how many OH minus it will give? 1 OH minus, and it will give how many OH minus? 2, because Mg plus 2 plus 2 OH minus, and aluminum hydroxide gives 3 OH minus ions. FeOH gives also 3 OH minus ions, and KOH give 1 OH minus ion only. You can find out the equivalent weight of the base only. Ammonium hydroxide we have nitrogen 14, 14 plus 4 here 18, 18 plus 1 here 19, 19 plus 16 we have 35 only. This is a 35 by 1, that is equal to 35 only. Now come to this magnesium hydroxide we have magnesium 24, 2 oxygens means 32, and this is 2, how much here? 4 plus 2 6 8, this is 58 only. So this is 58 by 2, how much we have? 40, and 9 is the answer only. Come to this aluminum hydroxide we have aluminum how much? 27, and you can see here magnesium hydroxide, this is 58 by 2, this is 29, 29 or 49, 29 only. Aluminum hydroxide, it gives 3 OH minus ions. Aluminum is 27, 3 oxygen, 3 into 16, 48, and this is 3 hydrogens. So here what you will get? 78, that is 78 by 3, that is 26 only. FeOH thrice, ferric hydroxide, 3 OH minus ions. Iron is 56, 3 oxygens 48, that is 3, you will get 107 by 3, that is 35.66. If you take potassium hydroxide, that is 56 by 1, how much we have? 56 only. In this way we have to find out the equivalent weight of the base. So in these examples, you see I wrote here equation 1 and equation 2. You have to identify the equivalent weight of the aluminum in this reaction only, or you can take equivalent weight of aluminum hydroxide also, you can take this one. So here if you see the first equation we have AlOH thrice plus 2HCl gives rise to AlOHCl2 plus 2H2O only. Clear? AlOH thrice is converted into AlOH and Cl2. Here we have 3 OH groups are there, here only 1 OH group is there. How many OH groups are replaced? 2 OH groups are replaced. So you will write what is the acidity. Acidity is equal to, I will write 2 only, because 2 OH groups are replaced, or you can write N factor also 2 we have to write. What is the equivalent weight of this aluminum hydroxide? Aluminum hydroxide weight already find here. How much we have? 78 only. So we have 78 by 2. You will get how much, ma? 39 is the equivalent weight of aluminum hydroxide for the first equation only. This is for first one. The second one you can see aluminum hydroxide. AlOH thrice is converted into what, ma? AlOH taken 2 times and what? Cl2. How many OH groups are replaced? One only. Now we will write here acidity is equal to 1, or you can say N factor is equal to 1. So what is the equivalent weight of AlOH thrice? I will write equivalent weight is equal to, what you will get here? 78 by 1. That means how much, ma? 78 only. So in this way you can identify the number of replaceable OH minus in the given equation only. So the next one we have equivalent weight of the salts only. You know already salts we have to find out the formula weight of the compound. Equivalent weight of salt is equal to formula weight of the salts by total charge on anion or cation only. You can maybe consider the anion or what? Cation. Cation means positive charge, anion means negative charge only. Let us see one example we have. I want to take here NaCl. Clear? NaCl dissociates to Na plus and Cl minus. So cation charge is plus 1 and anion charge is minus 1. You neglect the charges, we can take plus 1 or minus 1, you can take 1 only. Now I want to write here equivalent weight of NaCl, that is equal to formula weight of NaCl. Na how much we have? This is 23 and chlorine we have 35.5. Total how much we have? 58.5. This is the formula weight of NaCl. You will write here 58.5 by total charge on positive cation or what? Anion. How much you can take? 1 only. So what is the answer? You will get 58.5 only. 58.5. Let us take one more example. We have MgCl2. MgCl2 dissociates to give Mg2 plus and 2Cl minus. Okay. And you can find out this formula weight of magnesium. Magnesium 24, chlorine 35.5 into 2, 71. We have total mass of MgCl2. You will get 95 only. So I will write here equivalent weight of MgCl2 is equal to, I will write here 95 by 2. Why by 2 here? The charge is what? Plus 2 only. Or you can take this one 2. What you will get here? You will get 47.5 is the equivalent weight of which one? MgCl2 only. Like this you can identify the equivalent weight for the different types of the salts only. You can take this one salt and you can take here charge on anion, charge on cation or anion, and you will write here equivalent weight of the salt. Equivalent weight of the salts. So we have to draw the table like this, how you wrote for the elements and how you can note for the acids and how you can note for the bases you already wrote. Just we will discuss some of the examples on this equivalent weight of the salts. Let us see the salts I take here. Sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate dissociate into 2Na plus CO3 minus 2. 2Na plus and CO3 minus 2. What is the charge you will take? 2 you will take. Its molecular weight is 106 by 2, that is 53. Sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3. NaHCO3 dissociate into Na plus and HCO3 minus. What is the charge of the cation or anion? That is 1 only. 84 by 1, that is 84. You can find out the molecular weight. Aluminium sulfate. Aluminium sulfate dissociate into 2Al plus 3 plus 3 SO4 2 minus. This is 2 into 3 6 or 3 into 2 6. What is the total charge on positive or cation? Negative ion 6 only. Its molecular weight is 342. That means 57 you will get. Potassium dichromate we have. Potassium dichromate can dissociate into 2K plus and Cr2O7 minus 2. its charge of the cation is 2 only. So 298 by 2, that is equal to 149. Calcium carbonate dissociated to Ca2 plus and CO3 minus 2. Positive charge or negative charge will 2. What is the formula weight of the calcium carbonate? 100 by 2, how much? 50 only. In this way we have to find out what? Equivalent weight of the salts only.